All right, we are so close to publishing. I can taste it. We just did our search engine results page elements, so our SEO title, our permalink, our meta description. If you need to go back and rewatch those, that's totally okay. And now we have 3 more steps. We're going to talk about internal links, we're going to talk about external links, we're going to talk about accessibility and readability, and then we're going to do one final double check before we push this thing live. So this video is all about internal links. Why do internal links matter? Well, if we're talking about people finding you on Google, then every single page on your website, every post, every product, every portfolio piece, anything can be the first experience that people have of your site. So you can pull them into whatever page it is that you're working on. And then once you get them there, you want them to have the chance to go deeper, to get to know you more, to understand what it is that you've already created, and then allow them to do kind of a choose your own adventure. What do they want to learn about next? Now, one of the reasons I selected the topic that I'm using as my example here is that I've already written about so many things related to it that I can do a ton of internal linking. So you guys may have remembered my blog post planner template. Again, if you're already in the version of this where you've signed up for the emails, this is included in the email. If you want to just get this blog post planner template, we'll link to it in the description below. But I've been working through this throughout the course of these videos to give you an idea of what we think about when we are creating blog posts for SEO, or again, any form of content, podcast show notes, and anything that we're talking about. So here's the target keyword that we found 10 videos ago, or the topic that we selected, the target keyword, the keywords that mean the same thing but are different ways of saying it, are related keywords that maybe we either want to include as subsections within it, like how long does SEO take to work for a new website should be a subsection of this post, and what is SEO? I want to make sure that since they're asking that question in related searches, they want to link to my post about that. So when we see these keywords that are sort of tangentially related, we can either include them in this or link to another blog post. Internal linking is so powerful for SEO because it not only keeps people on our site longer, but it lets Google know how all of these different pieces of our website are related to each other. We talked about the call to action briefly, word count goal, and then we also did these. Now, I showed you these in Yoast because it's sometimes easier to see them there, but I also typed them out because if I'm going to share this with somebody else to upload it, it's nice to have all of this information in one place. So here's my SEO title. I have a little character counter linked here that you may want to use to make sure that you're under that 70 characters. And it'll tell you as you get closer, it'll kind of turn red in time. Here's our permalink, here's our meta description. So we're getting really close to being done. The next piece, the next element that we want to think about as we are optimizing this blog post is our internal links. What have I already written on this blog post that I want to link to? And I have these 8 elements. Turns out it's 8, it's not 9. There are these 8 factors that are at play and how long SEO takes. So I went through and I figured out what are all the other blog posts that I've written about these 8 factors that I can link to. So I've already written my WTF is SEO blog post that I want to link to the first time I mentioned the term SEO. My, how to boost your site performance and load time, because technical SEO is part of this. When I'm talking about keyword research, I can talk about my free keyword research tools, right? If this is the first experience that people have of my website, I want them to know that I've already written so many resources on these topics. So let's take some of these like keyword research for beginners, and we can go down to where I have this keyword research piece. And then where I use the term, maybe I want to use the term keyword or keyword research, then I can just link to it. Right? And it's that simple to do these internal links around our website. Now, obviously, I would also do this on the actual website page. Usually I write it all out in a document and then I just copy paste the whole thing over into the final format before I hit publish. Instead of doing it over there, I do it here, because then if I want to make any changes, nothing gets lost if my website doesn't back up for some reason. And then I can go through and find all of these different links and find the spaces that make sense for them. So the site performance one probably goes under technical SEO. And as you're doing these internal links, I don't want you to just say, click here. Like, it doesn't do you any good to say, click here for more examples, right? Because then this phrase that you're actually using, not only is it kind of disruptive of the way that people are reading this, but also this thing that we are going to link to, the words that we use to link to are actually a key to Google about what that page that we're linking to is about. It's this thing called anchor text. So instead of saying, click here for examples, I can say, here are some tips to speed up your website. And by linking, using the text, whoops, not a comment, using the text that says, speed up your website, Google then knows that that page that I'm linking to is a page about how to speed up your website. And so we're not only getting people to stay on our websites longer and understand what it is that we do so well, but also we are giving Google more indicators of what each of these pages is about. So when Google looks at this code and sees that this page about site performance is about speeding up your website, it might help that page rank for the term speed up your website. So we want to make sure that the link text that we're using will help us in the future and help people to navigate through even more pages on our site. We can also include information about courses that we have or offers that we have. So maybe instead of saying click here for more examples, which doesn't help, I could say you can learn more about this in my SEO Setup Success mini course. And then I'll grab the link to that up here. Oh, I don't have the link. Whoops. And I will link that up in the final one. So we want to go to because I keep my permalinks so short, I remember what they are so easily. I just know, so I can type them in when I don't have to go grab them and pull them back. So don't just think about other blog posts that you've written. This is also a great opportunity for you to talk about offers that you have that are paid. Let people who are exploring and getting to know you and getting to know your content be able to go buy something from you if that's appropriate. So that's our lesson, short lesson on internal linking. I'll talk about external linking and then we'll keep going.